We've come to pray because we believe in God. And I want to say, if we come to pray, we must believe in God.
A very simple question, fellow Kenyans. Is William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, human? Or who is he? Is he really human? Does he even care about the well-being of Kenyans? Because tell me why rais anaweza akasema mambo kama haya na kuna watoto ambao wamekufa kule Gilgil, shuleni wamechomeka wamekufa, and then you organizing prayers breakfast. What is the need of prayers breakfast yet kuna watoto ambao wamekufa, alafu natuambia kwamba we really need to report good news? Good news gani ambayo unataka to focus kwa your prayers breakfast? Mnaenda mmekunywa, mnaenda kukula, na kuna watoto ambao wamekufa, wengine wameumia.
You know, I once asked a journalist, senior journalist friend of mine, why it is very rare to find a headline talking about some success. That always in the headline is about negative things that have gone wrong, something that has happened that is wrong. This journalist told me that, you see, bad news sells. Good news doesn't sell. Oh. So, when you read the headlines, just know that there are people who are doing their business. And for their business to succeed, they must write about bad news, because that's how it sells. The bad news you read in the headline is not the whole story. It is the story to sell the newspapers. You will not see the good news in the headlines. And I have no doubt in my mind that it doesn't matter how many headlines are written that Kenya is going in the wrong direction. This country will never go in the wrong direction. This nation will never go in the wrong direction. Doesn't matter how many headlines say we are a failed state. Kenya is not and will never be a failed state. Because Deuteronomy tells us that we will never be the tail, we will always be the head.
You know, fellow Kenyans, sometimes I normally wonder, or I normally ask myself, do we really have leaders who cares about the well-being of citizens or the well-being of people that they are ruling? Because tell me why these guys are organizing a prayers breakfast. Yet we have an incident. We have a tragedy that has just happened in Gilgil. Seriously, a lot of students have died. Some of them have been injured. And then you organize prayer breakfast. What for? Okay, what is that need of prayers breakfast? You know, it is very much painful, by the way. Last year, but I think it was last year, but 2024. Before the Jesus demonstration, I remember very well. I was working in a media station. I remember very well the issue of Indarasi. Ilikuwa tu when we were approaching the mambo na finance bill, kuna watoto walipotea kule Indarasi. In fact, walichomeka shule. And nobody talked about that. Sijui wazazi waliambiwa tu sijui wakuje wafanye DNA test, sijui watoto wao ili wafanye DNA test ya mifupa, wazazi wapate watoto wao, and it ended there. Right now, we are also seeing another one in Gilgil. And imagine the government has organized a prayers breakfast. And now what is very funny, kile ambacho kinauma sana, kile ambacho kinaumiza sana, if you listen to the kind of things that these guys are talking about, they don't even care about what has happened. They don't even care about the students. They don't even care about what is happening in this nation. They don't even care about the tragedy. Like, according to them, everything is normal. Now, I want us to discuss that thing very deeply. But before we do that, I'm humbly requesting you guys that if at all you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. And also, to the Bonita Media community and family, guys, we have an announcement to make, and this is the announcement. To the Bonita Media community and family, fellow Kenyans, we have a project here. Actually, it's a very painful story, but I will request all of us, if you're watching and you are willing to help, I would like us to come together to at least help this family. They really need help. They've been struggling. They've been in pain for a very long time.
Sasa yale napitia ni mtoto wangu mkubwa.
Ndiye first born
Ako na watoto wawili. Lakini hajifanyiangi chochote, ni kuanguka tu. Na saizi hata sahi vile tunasikianga wanaume pia ni wakudanganya watu. Ako na katoto saizi kachanga.
Mtoto mdogo
Kabisa, kama miezi. Na unaona huyo mtoto hakuna kitu anaweza mfanyia. Hata umwache hapa kwa nyumba, hawezi akapea mtoto chakula, juu ana shake nini?
Mwili.
Utamuona na ako na maalama, unaweza sema ni pombe anakunywanga na si pombe. Ni kuumia huyu mkubwa sasa mama mtoto. Sasa unaona nisipokuwa karibu naweza pata mambo ingine. So huyu mtoto naye mdogo hakai chini, na miezi imefika ya kukaa. Akakai chini mtoto kake. Hata pia nako unaona tuka na shake nini kichwa.
Ako weak.
Ako weak sana.
Now, I don't want us to talk too much about this, fellow Kenyans. I'm just requesting that let us stand with this family. We find a way of standing with supporting this family. You are 50 bob, you are 100 shillings. Your 200 shillings will really be enough, because according to me, I think the best thing to do is to find a way on how we can take this child, this lady, back to the health center. At least aende akafanyiwe checkup every now and then, because she's supposed to be going for this checkup thrice a month because of that condition that she is in. You see, akiwa kwa hiyo condition, it's very difficult even to take care of the child. Na umesikia mamake anasema ya kwamba mamake haizi akatoka nje, kwa sababu akitoka kidogo hivi akirudi pengine huyu msichana ameanguka, kwa sababu nimekuambia kuna ugonjwa wa kuanguka, pengine ameanguka, na akianguka basi mambo inaweza karibika, hata anaweza kaua mtoto. So first things first, I think what we can do is let us just come together, we support this family, tuhakikisha kwamba huyu msichana ameenda hospitali na amepata matibabu yale ambayo amekuwa akiyapata kila mara 3 kwa mwezi. I did what I could, because they didn't even have food. Nimewafanyia shopping kidogo pale kwa kile ambacho nilikuwa nacho. Nikawapa kile cash kidogo, alafu pia nikamnunulia dawa ambazo zinaweza zikamsustain for the time being. So I'm just requesting you guys that we come together, we support this the lady. At least kama tunaweza mkamsupport, hiyo health condition yake ndio imeniuma sana. And then unasikia kwamba mamake pia ana ugonjwa na ako positive, so it becomes stressful. Na pia umejua hiyo pressure pia inaweza panda. So kama tunaweza pata tu watu, mtu aseme kwamba mimi niko na 1000 hapa, acha nikutumie 1000, 2000, 5000, 10000, 500 tu, 100, 200, hata shilingi 50. Najua itafanya kazi kubwa sana kuhakikisha kwamba huyu msichana pamoja na mtoto wake wako kwa hali nzuri. You know, the hand that giveth is the hand that receiveth. That is normally my norm. That is what I normally say, that ukipeana kwa roho ulio wazi, nawe pia utabarikiwa. We are not forcing. I know sasa hizi mambo imekuwa ngumu, hali ni ngumu kwa kila mmoja, lakini tukija wote pamoja tuhakikishe kwamba tumesaidia hao watu. Pengine Maulana anaweza kasikia maombi yetu. We never know where the blessing is going to come from. Just use the number on the screen, and then I know that all is going to be well. Now, I'm just requesting you guys, because I'm planning to take that lady back to the hospital. I did some inquiries, and nikaambiwa kwamba the cost is inaenda about around 70,000 to 80,000 for kata everything, because anapaswa kwenda hospitali mara 3 kwa mwezi. So I'm just calling upon you. You 100 shillings, you 200 shillings. I say that guys, we can do a challenge of 100. Ukiwa na 100 yako moja kwa simu, tuma tu. Ukiwa na 50 bob yako, tuma tu. Tutazikusanya zote, and then we make sure that we take that lady back to the hospital. Now, let's embark on our discussion. And I want you to listen. I just want you to listen to the president, and then we talk about it.
We've come to pray because we believe in God. And I want to say, if we come to pray, we must believe in God. And if we believe in God, we must also believe in God's creation. And that is why we must believe also in ourselves. And we must believe in our country. The speaker has eloquently explained to us about forgiveness, reconciliation. But as I thought about this prayer breakfast, and I had a speech, and I went through it last evening, but after a while, I said, maybe I should speak from my heart to this great nation, which, by God's grace, I am leader today. I say we must believe in God, and I say we must believe in ourselves, and we must believe in our country. Why believe in ourselves? The book of Psalms 139, verses 14, David says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. He says, your works are wonderful, and I know that full well. If there was any doubt in any one of us as to what we are, David in Psalms says, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And God does not make useless, second-rate stuff. He says his works are wonderful. And he goes on to say, I know that full well. How much resistance has been built by the people we are buying fuel from now, because they want us to continue buying their fuel. You know? So, but we have to make those decisions that will change our country, that will transform our country. And I want to tell you, some of the time, we have to forego convenience, temporary convenience for long-term transformation. And that's how we're going to build this great nation. Finally, I am reminded about the woman in Luke 18. There was a judge. There was a woman who wanted justice from a judge. And the judge said he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't care what people think. So he wasn't moved by anything. But he crumbled on one thing: persistence. This woman kept going and asking until this fellow said, for me to have some peace, let me do what this woman wants. We have to persist. we have to keep at it. We cannot give up. We must not lose hope. We must keep at it until this country changes. And it will. I have no doubt in my mind, it will. And just for your comfort, between now and the next elections, we will drive the transformation of this country. And we are going to have elections. And they will be peaceful. And there will be no violence. And they will be free and fair. Yes, they will be free and fair. Because what God has decided, no man can change. Yes, so relax. People are in a panic. I don't know. Ile Mungu ameamua ndio itafanyika. Yes. Si namna hiyo. Kama Mungu ameamua Ruto will get a second term, he will. Kama Mungu ameamua vingine, that's what will happen. And we will move on as a country. Yes. So relax. There is no problem. Those who believe they will divide this country, they will not. They will not succeed. They will fail. And fail spectacularly. They will not. Yeah. So, tulizeni maboli, hakuna problem. Hii nchi iko sawa. Tasonga mbele. Kenya itafaulu. We will succeed. And we are a great nation. I did send a proposal to Treasury that because we have found a way to do many other things differently from how we have done it before, we found a way of how to build our infrastructure without burdening our budget. We are building Mau Summit Road without our budget. I told them it's time for us to look at how we can slow down on especially the low income earners and remove some taxes from them. The Treasury came back, some people there in the Treasury came back and said, oh, Mr. President, this is going to be very big, it's going to cost us 40 billion shillings in this budget. I told them, let's do it. Let's do it. And that is why we will be putting a proposal before Parliament to say all the low-income earners, the people who earn up to 24,000, they've been paying pay-as-you-earn at 10%. We're saying they will not pay anymore. We are saying, in fact, that category should be moved to anybody who is earning 30,000 and less. They will not pay any taxes. Because we're beginning to think, plan, innovate differently. So that they came back to me, and I reached out to President Museveni, and I have reached out to colleagues in this region, and we have agreed. And this year, we are going to start building the refinery here. I had a chat with Mr. Dangote yesterday, and he was telling me how much resistance has been built by the people we are buying fuel from now, because they want us to continue buying their fuel. So, but we have to make those decisions that will change our country, that will transform our country. And I want to tell you, some of the time, we have to forego convenience, temporary convenience, for long-term transformation. And that's how we're going to build this.
Imagine, that is the president of the Republic of Kenya. Shida imetokea. Lakini ya shida, baada ya shida kutokea, yeye anasema kwamba he once asked a journalist that why is it that journalists, we normally concentrate on bad news. I want to ask a question. Is there anything good to be reported about this country? No, I just want us to see ati tunapiga William Ruto ama tunafanya nini. Is there anything good that is supposed to be recorded or that's supposed to be reported as far as this government is concerned? Kama iko, niambie Boni, William Ruto has done 1, 2, 3 things, and therefore it is good to appreciate what he has done. Like recently, jana First Lady organized a prayers breakfast. Hiyo ilikuwa pesa ya wananchi. Hiyo ilikuwa Safari Park. Leo William Ruto ameorganize a national prayers breakfast. Hiyo sio pesa yake, hiyo ni pesa ya wananchi. That is the money that is coming from government scope. That is the money that is coming that Kenyans. Hiyo ni pesa ya wananchi ndio wanaorganize nayo maombi ya okay. Why are you praying? Why do we like mocking God too much? On a serious note, why is it that this government, we really like mocking God? It is like nothing has happened. Ni kama hakuna kitu ambacho kimefanyika. Yani William Ruto is reacting as if nothing has happened, as if there are no lives that have been lost, as if everything is just fine, as if everything is just okay in this country. Seriously, where are we heading as a nation? Where are we really heading as a country? Will we be in a position to have leaders who really cares about what Kenyans are going through? Tutafika tu pale ambapo tunaona kwamba yenyewe tuna viongozi ambao wanaangalia maslahi ya wananchi bila ubaguzi, bila kuangalia. Tutafika hiyo kiwango? I really doubt kama tutafika hapo, because okay, tell me why the president is organizing a prayers breakfast. Okay, mbona hii maombi haingeenda kufanywa pale Gilgil? No, tuseme tu kweli. Let us just be realistic. These prayers ni kama tu idol worship. Ni kama tu it is not bad to pray. It is not bad to pray. Nimesikia kiongea kuhusu mambo maombi, you know, when we come together to pray, and Ruto also said yesterday that we should pray and we should organize Kenya should fast and pray for the nation for what is coming in the month of June. You know, this is the danger of being led by hypocrites. Tuseme tu kweli. This is the danger of being led by hypocrites who pretends to be godly, to be God-fearing. Because kama say hypocrites, what are these? What are they doing? Tuseme tu kweli, nini hao watu wanafanya? Watoto wamekufa, watoto wamechomeka kwa shule. Completely 71 of them, almost I think 71 of them have lost their life. Right now, according to the record, wanasema kwamba around 16, 17 have died. But I really doubt. There are more than that. More than 71 have been seriously injured. Kuna wale watu ambao I don't know, 806 injured, 71 nobody knows where they are, and then 16 to 20 of them have died. But the number that have died is more than that. So are you seeing now, can you imagine the pain and agony that these parents are going through? Pain and agony that the parents that have lost their children are going through. Alafu organize prayers breakfast. Mnaenda yani ni kama hata mnacheka, mnakula, because prayers breakfast basically is about eating. You are going to eat, you are coming together. Coming together to do what? You are coming together to do what? Yet watoto wamekufa. Wakenya wanalia, alafu nakuja na tuambia hapa mnatuambia vitu ambazo hazistahili. Let me ask a question. William Ruto, are you really human? No, let us just be realistic. Is this man really human? Because there are some of the things that are being done by this guy, I doubt whether he's a human or not. Ni nini hizi ambazo zinafanyika by the way? What are these that this guy is doing? Kabisa tuseme tu kweli. Huyu jamaa ni nini haya ambayo anafanya? You know, it is very much painful to have such a leader who doesn't really care about what others are going through. Wazazi wanalia. You see the way jinsi ambavyo wazazi wanalia. Alafu unakuja una organize prayers breakfast. Unasema kwamba mtu ambaye anachukia maombi. Seriously. Hakuna mtu ambaye anachukia maombi. Watu hawachukii maombi. Watu wanachukia pretense. Watu wanachukia sana hypocrites. And if there is one thing that can burn a nation down is hypocrisy. And that is exactly what you are trying to portray. Hypocrisy. You want us to report good news. Ni good news gani unataka to report? Okay. Sasa leo you want people to stop focusing on the death of the students pale Gilgil. We focus on your prayers breakfast. Si ndio? That is now you call now. Sasa hiyo ndio unaita sasa kwamba tunapaswa sasa ku report good news. Which good news? And kuna watu ambao wamepoteza watoto wao. Which good news? Na kuna wazazi ambao wamelipa school fees for all those years zimepotea kwa sababu watoto wamekufa. You can't even organize, or you can't even find a way of maybe going to like bother. You can't even be bothered to be asking yourself, why is it that these things normally happens when we approach finance bill? Kwani ni sacrifice hao watu ufanya and then wanatudanganya hapa na maombi? No, let us just be realistic. Ni sacrifice huwa wanafanya alafu wanatudanganya hapa na maombi ama nini? Anyway, I would like to know what you think at the comment section, guys. I'm really but it's very much painful. That is just my opinion. That is just my thought. I would also like to know your opinion and your thought at the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to tell me where you're watching this video from.